Oh, very good Monday morning to everybody. Thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedules to join us today for the Final Expense Monthly Monday. Today is Monday, November 6th, and my name is Matt Molina, and I'm one of the marketing representatives here at URL Insurance Group in the Life Markets area. So the first Monday of every month, final expense producers and producers who are looking to get into the final expense marketplace, we all kind of gather around during the first Monday of the month to discuss all things final expense. So let's kick this thing off. And we try to do these things within about a 30-minute window if we can. And it's really, we want to have it kind of informal so that it gives an opportunity for you to be able to ask any questions that you might have. It'll also give you an opportunity to find out what other producers are going through in the final expense marketplace. So we'll discuss a little bit about the final expense sales here at URL. We're also going to be talking about leads. We're going to be talking about the different lead programs that we have and get into that. So for those of you who are not familiar with our lead program, we'll give you a little bit of information about our lead program. Of course, we're going to give you a little bit of information about our final expense program here at URL. We're also going to discuss about sales challenges and successes. Things that involve final expense, where final expense comes into play, and what some of the challenges agents have had, and what are the successes that they've had. And then we can have an open forum. You can type any questions that you might have. I'll be happy to read your questions aloud at the end of today's presentation and then answer any questions. So for those of you who are new to URL, we are a full service brokerage, and we've been a full service brokerage since 1986. Final expense life insurance is just one small facet of what we do here at URL. It's easier to say what we don't do here at URL. And what we don't do is PNC and securities. So here's a list of our final expense carriers. We have about roughly 14, 15 final expense companies. We're not recommending that you get licensed with all these carriers, but you'll see that we have a robust portfolio of products, a robust portfolio of carriers to keep you competitive within the senior life insurance marketplace. So, and it goes from level plans all the way up to guarantee issue plans with companies like Gerber and AIG, and there's a few others in our portfolio as well. How do you know who's competitive and who's not? We have a final expense quote engine that's free to use on our website. You would use your username and password. If you don't have one, let me know and I'll get you one. But this will just kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. Actually, this has changed in the last week. Last week, we actually unveiled our new website. So I will have to update slides, but you'll get the idea here where you click on final expense, quote final expense, and it's going to take you to a page which you'll see on the left-hand side. It's just a simple quote engine. And on the right-hand side, it's going to give you, it's doing the shopping for you. So you're going to put in the client's date of birth, whether they're male or female, smoker or non-smoker, and if they're qualifying for a level, graded, or guarantee issue plan. And it'll then do the shopping for you. And you will see that when you compare rates with all of our final expense carriers, no one final expense carrier is better than the next. And if there is a difference in rates, it's usually within $1 or $2 difference. So with final expense, most people aren't going to a website to quote. So you usually want to pick about 2 or 3 final expense carriers that you want to use and then go with those and know those applications inside and out. Let's get into our lead program here briefly. We have 2 lead options. Actually, there's a third one, and I'll get into that third option here in just a couple of minutes. We have mailers, and these are $29 per lead. They're exclusive leads, and you have your own defined sales territory. They're never resold. So basically, these are your leads. They're exclusive. They're going to you and you alone, and these are lead orders that are meant for you specifically. So it's not a lead that you're paying $29 for, and that you're going to, it's going to you and a bunch of other agents in your area. We make sure that you have a defined sales territory. There's a minimum lead order of 20 leads. You're guaranteed to get 20 leads at $29 per lead, so it's $580. Sounds a little bit salty. For teleleads, they're $19 a lead with a 20 lead minimum order. Again, these are exclusive leads. They're leads specifically for you with your own defined sales territory. They are not resold to you and a bunch of other agents. So they're $19 a lead with a 20 lead minimum order. That's $380. For some of you, that's still a bit salty. But we here at URL, we help subsidize those lead costs based on your final expense production. If you ever go to our website at URL, insgroup.com, you're going to see on our website that there are different programs. There is our Aries and then our Gemini. Gemini producers are producers who basically consolidate all of their business under one roof, that roof being URL. Now, for every $1,000 of final expense business that you place in a month, URL gives Gemini producers $80 for every $1,000 of annualized premium placed in the month to go towards your lead order. Now, with that being said, you don't have to be a Gemini producer in order to get some lead subsidies. For those of you who just want to be our Aries agent, which there's no added benefits or frills, if you will, we still will subsidize your leads. So for every $1,000 of annualized premium that you place in a month, we will provide you a lead credit of $50 for every $1,000. So we're still helping offset those costs based on your final expense production. Now, we also have a third option, and that is B leads. And I'll talk about B leads here in just a minute. Now, because we're in the middle of Medicare season, a lot of these territories have opened up. Medicare producers have kind of shifted from doing final expense production to go into the Medicare production. So those territories have shifted just a little bit. So they're starting to get wide open here. You are more than welcome to jump in now and start getting these leads. You'll start, if you order leads now, we would be able to have a delivery for you probably by mid-December. And that'll help you get kind of get ready to ramp up for 2018. Can't believe we're already talking about 2018. But here's where the lead concentration is for leads if you're looking to get involved. First, I'm going to start in Ohio. If anybody that's on this call today is in the Ohio area, Cuyahoga County, which is Cleveland, there is a large concentration of leads available there. There's actually more leads than we have agents working those leads. So that's an area that's really kind of untapped for our final expense lead program. Also, we have lots of leads in Pittsburgh and also leads in Lancaster, Adams, York County, also in the northeast corridor of Pennsylvania. We have some leads also in New Jersey, Maryland, DC area are where you're going to see the largest concentration of leads. So you'll see that there's a lot of opportunity there. Also, suburban Philadelphia is another area where you can get a large concentration of leads. So there are plenty of opportunities yet. We've been doing these lead programs for several years now, and it kind of ebbs and flows. There's going to be some months where you're going to have some great results, and then there's going to be some months where you're not going to have the greatest of results. But there's just some opportunities there. The idea is to get involved, get in there, and get selling. Here's what a lead sample looks like. And I want to point out a few things here just so that you're aware. We've used different lead cards in the past, and this seems to be the best, yielding the best results. And the reason is a lot of the lead cards have always been generic, where they're not specific that this is for life insurance. It's targeting areas where people are kind of used to getting free things, dual eligible folks. So in this example here, you're going to get the client's name, their address, their phone number, their age, and everything else. But this is to show you here that this is for a life insurance benefit to provide tax-free for Pennsylvania residents. So when you are making the appointments, you can show the client that this is for life insurance, that there is a cost available, or that there is a cost associated with it. So just so you're aware of that, so that it's not some generic card where you're just sending it out there and people think that they're getting something for free. Now, when you're ordering leads, for greater success on those leads, you'll want to target lower income areas and be consistent. If you order leads one month and decide the next month you're not going to do it, you're not going to yield the results that you're looking for. One lead program or one lead drop is not going to make your year. You're not going to see the benefits of it. You have to set a budget and go with it and move forward, and be consistent with it. So continue being consistent with it, and you'll find that you'll see it'll reap some benefits and rewards for you. We also have some appointment setting sales scripts that are available, as well as final expense presentation scripts as well. We do have free leads available. We can discuss that more in detail, but what basically, instead of getting a full commission, we would cut your commission a little bit, and then we would provide leads on our dime as opposed to yours. So we can discuss more of that as we go forward. So if you're interested in leads and more in the details of the leads, feel free to contact me. You can reach me toll free at 800-926-8875, and my extension is 141. Now, I also want to mention that we do have a third lead option, and these are for B leads. B leads are leads that are 30 days old or older, and you do not have to commit to continually ordering leads. But the one caveat is you must be contracted with URL for some final expense carriers. So we do have some final expense leads that are available. Again, contact me directly, and I can search to see how many leads are available in certain areas. Now, for those of you who are on the call that are Medicare producers, we have an intake sheet, and it's not too late to start implementing this into your Medicare sales. This is a compliant cross-selling form. While you're completing your client's Medicare enrollment paperwork, hand them this form. And it basically says that you can help them with other services. This has gone through compliance. It is Medicare compliant. And it basically explains to your client that you can help them with other services, whether it's IRA or CD alternatives, life insurance, final expense insurance, or long-term care insurance. So while you're completing their Medicare paperwork, have your client fill this thing out. At the end of Medicare season, when you have the stack of these forms filled out, contact me. I'll tell you what the next step is. These forms that you get completed are going to show you, they're going to give you other avenues of revenue by using your Medicare clients for gaining referrals. And we also have some great turnkey marketing systems in place that are ready to go for the end of Medicare season, so that you can then revisit your Medicare clients about final expense life insurance or other services that you offer. Now for our monthly Monday challenge and success. This is for our November installment. Let me explain. There are times where final expense is actually a better option than a traditional life insurance policy. So here's what we have. We had an agent that contacted us and told us we have a 79-year-old non-tobacco female. She's looking for approximately $100,000 of life insurance. Now, she was recently declined for coverage by a traditional life insurance carrier due to the following conditions. She is a type 2 diabetic, which means she's not taking insulin. She has mitral valve prolapse, also known as MVP. She has low iron anemia. Her blood glucose range is between 110 and 170, which is kind of on the high side. And she has an annual budget of about $10,000 a year. Well, we know with final expense life insurance, type 2 diabetics is a non-issue. Mitral valve prolapse, as long as it's being monitored, is not an issue. Anemia, low iron is not a big deal, because final expense plans don't look at blood. They don't look at blood and urine. The blood glucose range is also a non-issue. So here, the challenge here is to try and stick within a $10,000 budget and look for companies that are not concerned with the fact that she was just recently declined for coverage due to the listed conditions. So when you run some numbers on our final expense quote engine, you'll see that there's companies like Mutual of Omaha, United Home Life, and Oxford, and so on and so forth. Now, United Home Life, because she was declined, is not going to be able to qualify for that, but we could piecemeal these quotes. So for $25,000 face amounts, we were able to find products by taking 4 different final expense carriers to get her the $100,000 that she needed. Now, here's the differences. Traditional life, a 79-year-old female is going to have to undergo a medical exam. They're going to go after medical records. It's going to be a lengthy application process, and you're looking at about 4 to 6 weeks before you're going to have an underwriting decision. With final expense, there is no exam. The carriers are not going to be obtaining any medical records. Either the client's going to get it or they're not. There aren't a bunch of hoops that the client's going to have to go through. And lastly, it's about 5 days or less processing time before you're going to have an underwriter render a decision. Some companies will even give you a decision right away. So with all of these things that have been listed with our challenge and success, a traditional life insurance company, the best one was a standard non-tobacco table 4 with Protective Life. Now this is doing a standalone $100,000 permanent life insurance policy to age 100. The annual premium is $11,497. With final expense, piecemealing 4 different companies that were liberal, multiple companies were able to get the same person $100,000 of coverage for $10,914. So you'll see that this is where final expense life insurance actually beats traditional life carriers. So when we are posed with a challenge and like this, where somebody's looking for coverage, we will do the shopping for you. We will do the case design and do the research for you. And you will see that, you know, we only blew this person's budget by $900 a year, which really isn't too shabby, versus almost $1,500 more per year for a protective policy, for a traditional life insurance policy. And here's the other catch to it too. I mean, you're able to get the client coverage within about 5 days versus Protective Life 4 to 6 weeks, or even longer, depending on how long it takes to get those medical records. Now, at this point, it's kind of an open forum. We want to hear from you. And it may not just be in today's call, but, you know, throughout the month. What are some of the challenges that you're experiencing in the final expense marketplace? What are some of the successes that you're seeing out there? If you're ordering leads from us, or you're working with the senior market in the senior marketplace, what are some of the things that are working for you? We'd like to know. How are the leads working out for you? For those of you who are purchasing leads from us, how are these leads working out for you? Are they getting you sales? Are they not getting you sales? What can URL do to help you become more successful in the final expense marketplace? We are open to suggestions. We're open to getting feedback from you. And if you're on the fence about doing final expense, what can we do to help you give it a try? Let's see if we have any questions that are coming in here. Angela asked, what companies do we have for a customer requesting direct bill? They do not have a checking account. Well, you have a couple of different choices, Angela. Some of the carriers will do direct bill. United Home Life does direct bill. Mutual of Omaha, if I'm not mistaken, they will also do direct bill if they're doing it on a monthly basis. The other way you can do direct bill is if the client pays the premiums on a quarterly, semi-annual, or annual basis, and then you don't have to worry about there being a monthly bank draft. So if United Home Life is an option, and there's a few others. If you're looking for guaranteed issue, Gerber Life does direct bill. So there are some options out there. So I hope that answers your question. If there are any other questions, feel free to type those questions, and I'll be happy to read those questions and answer them aloud. So as you're typing questions, you can always contact us at the end of our presentation today or throughout the month. Again, our toll-free number is 800-926-8875. My direct extension is 141, and I answer to the Vice President of our Life Markets Department. That's Steve Clemens, and he's at extension 132. Our next monthly Monday call, I didn't update this slide. I apologize. It is going to be, mark your calendars, Monday, December 4th. So Monday, December 4th will be our next monthly Monday. And I appreciate your business. I appreciate your time. And we look forward to getting some feedback from you throughout the month. And hope we can help you with your final expense life insurance cases that you're working on. With that being said, this is the month of November, and let me be the first to wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for your business. Thank you for your partnership with URL, and we look forward to partnering with you and continuing our relationship into a 2018 year and help you meet and exceed your sales goals and objectives and help you have a great year. So from that being said, thank you again, everybody, for joining us, and we look forward to working with you and helping you on your next life case. Until next time, enjoy your week, and we'll talk to you soon.